Hello, this is Deborah Cohen, a story and a song. And I've been exploring, there you go. I've been exploring the different modalities for healing. And I've always believed as a singer that singing promotes healing. And so I found this book that I'd like to share an excerpt with you. I haven't finished reading it, but it so resonates with me, and I probably will end up recommending it. But today I just wanted to share it with you. And so if you're interested in learning how singing can bring on your healing, then find a quiet place for the next 30-ish minutes for us to learn more about this incredible revelation information. I'll be right back after this message. Hello, this is Deborah Cohen, Debra Cohen Music, and I'm so glad that you took the time to listen to my podcast, A Story and a Song. It's about my life, to share some wisdom and some mistakes, hopefully that we can learn from together and laugh at maybe, starting in the 80s in a new wave rock band in Boston with 2 singles that are still available on Spotify. Boston Nights and Dreamin'. And then on my worldly journey that we're all on, I morphed into a spiritually dominant being where I am a truth seeker and write songs of praise while having one foot in the world writing sync music. So listen up and share. Okay, and again, this is Deborah Cohen, and I thank you for listening. Whether you're watching live, the broadcast is live on YouTube, Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. My YouTube channel is the handle at Jewish Rock Music, or you can listen on Instagram. The handle there is at Deborah Cohen Music, DOTCOM. So we're talking about singing, and I really think that I stumbled across this book because I have a dear friend in Canada who is struggling with illness, and as a senior citizen, it is a battle to try to pursue longevity when our health systems don't always help you to wean from drugs. They just keep adding to the prescriptions, and I can speak from experience as a senior citizen. But I have always been a singer, and I've noticed that when I sing in my own sicknesses, I have experienced healing. For example, just to let you know that I believe in this, Meniere's disease. I was healed from Meniere's disease at of all places, a Benny Hinn crusade when I decided to sing in the choir even though I couldn't hear out of one ear. After the singing was over, I could hear in both ears. Think about it. The doctors couldn't help me. They gave me a steroid pack and said that, sorry, you'll have to live with it. No, I don't think so. Okay, while I was recording my first CD, I developed an infracted airway from being exposed to microencapsulated pesticides. So the doctor put me on Advair or whatever that thing is for asthma. Plus, I had to go, to me, it was like a hookah experience. You go and breathe in with this tube oxygen for some kind of breathing problem. But anyway, I got so discouraged trying to sing my first CD with asthma. I believed, I had enough faith in God to believe for healing, because the God of Israel, Adonai Rafecha, is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So he's still a healer. Now, I'm not recommending you do this, but for me, I just said, God, I got mad at God. I said, I'm recording my first CD and I can't sing because of asthma. This is like a bad dream. And I threw out my breathing devices and just kept singing, and I was healed from asthma. So there you have that. I also had developed Lyme disease in 2015. It comes from a tick bite, and it probably happened when I was a child, but manifested itself from the stress of teaching high school, which I used to do. And I had this unusual strain, of course, of Lyme disease, which could not be helped with antibiotics. So it was costing me all of my savings to get healed from this. I ran out of money and decided to go to a praise and worship service at a synagogue in Euless, Texas. And I was mad at God because I know He's a healer. And I'm like, why is this happening? You know how you do this. Why me, Lord? Well, do something about it. Don't buy into the lie. I went to a praise and healing service and sang my heart out with tears and the whole bit, and left there with no Lyme disease. So I'm telling you from personal experience that what I'm about to share with you is valid. If you believe it, you have to ask for faith from God. If you don't believe in God, then ask Him anyway. And God hears His people. I was a prodigal daughter, so He still listened to me. Oh, my goodness gracious. God is good. Okay, let's have a sip of coffee if you're with me in the morning. And I'm going to share from this book, Singing in the Brain. You've heard of singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. But this book is cleverly titled Singing in the Brain, so you can remember it now. And it's by somebody that I don't know, Jeri Lee, Jerile. So I'm going to share, this is from her book on page 41, and see if this resonates with you like it does with me. You can listen to music all day and appreciate the value of lyrics and sound. Although it might be soothing and comforting, it is not the healing quality that you and I need. You can listen to sounds especially orchestrated to match brainwave frequencies, but that is generic in comparison to your own voice. This is why I teach singing circles, because I believe in the power of healing when you discover your own sounds. And again, it requires great understanding to get to this point in a singing circle, because I see it. People come, and if they come at all, the first thing they say is, I can't sing. Well, because they've been conditioned to Star Search or whatever voice, or they're thinking they have to have talent to sing in the brain. And that's totally not true. It's a lie. And it's great to have talent and entertain people, but we're not talking about entertainment. We're talking about singing from your soul, the sounds that only you have with your body to sing aloud, to express them in faith and believe in your healing. And I believe this 100%, which is why I started this singing circle in Clearwater, Florida. Okay. The studies of radionics show you that your personal frequency is as individual as your fingerprint on your face. Let me say that again. The studies of radionics show that your personal frequency is as individual as your fingerprint or your face. Thank you, Austin Williams, for joining. We're talking about finding your voice for healing. your singing voice. And we're not talking about talent, we're talking about sounds of your own voice. No sound is going to resonate in harmony with the frequency of your body unless it comes from your body. This special quality makes your voice your personal tranquilizer and instrument of healing. And I just shared, you missed it, Austin, in the beginning. I was talking about how I've been healed when I have been in a singing circle. When you talk to yourself, you can solve your problems because you are your best listener. However, by talking, you are using the left hemisphere of your brain. Although you can reason with a problem-solving logic, it's not going to heal you. Now, did you know that there's 2 hemispheres to the brain? To come in contact with the magic that heals your body, now please listen to this, you must sing to yourself out loud. Singing occupies the right hemisphere of the brain that controls the blueprint of your anatomy and can correct any malfunctions. All right, so is that worth it? It's a nugget. You get to sing out loud for your healing or for whatever issue you have. Maybe you're dealing with PTSD, stress, anxiety, just not feeling good is dis-ease. Dis means not. You're not at ease with yourself. There's something wrong. Your body is telling you, maybe through pain, that there's something wrong. The doctors don't know how to fix it. I've been there. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, the doctors didn't know how to help me with Meniere's disease, so they said you're just going to have to live with it. No, you don't have to live with it. You are designed with a body that has the ability to make healing sounds at your frequency that you need to heal. But you have to believe this, and you have to practice it. Okay, so could it be that Mother's voice is a tranquilizer? Singing reinforces memory making. Could chanting and singing be a hypnotic religious drug? And I love to chant from our Siddur, the Book of Psalms. A chant is a rhythmic speech that, when accelerated, becomes a song without words. So if you've been to a synagogue or you go online YouTube and you listen to a rabbi going da 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 This is a chant, a melody without words that has healing properties. When it comes to music, your brain views the chant as common speech, equating it with the function of the left hemisphere. Excuse me, let me read that again. When your brain views the chant without words as common speech, equating it with the function of the left hemisphere. We just read that the left brain doesn't do the healing. When it becomes music, it resides in the right hemisphere and is the magic of the chant. The right hemisphere of the brain opens many doors to your inner self and is part of the magic hidden in ancient teachings of mysticism. So I personally am a student of Jewish mysticism, but maybe you're listening as a Christian and you can read in the Brit Chadashah, Apostle Paul or Shaul, he said, I wish that you all knew the mysteries. These are the mysteries we're talking about, mysticism. Chanting may range from a simple melody to a highly complex musical score, and it can be chanted or sung without words, which I just demonstrated. It is used to replicate the cosmic music of the spheres, which resonates its wordless symphony. Have you ever tried singing with yourself a wordless melody? This is what brings healing. Based on our personal frequency, we write our prescription for a healthy body. We put our words to our music or sounds and sing them to ourselves. So we're talking about adding words to your wordless melody. Thinking about that. We put our words to our music or sounds and sing them to ourselves. We instruct ourselves on what we wish to accomplish. Then this author of the book, Singing in the Brain, by Jeri, Jeri Lee, says there is a phase 2, improving the tools of visualization and meditation, plus the powerful tool of self-hypnosis. She calls it hypnosis. I'm not sure what she means there, but I am familiar with meditation. Meditating on what you're saying and singing to receive healing. Visualization is calling on the mind's eye or presenting to the mind the idea that it can convert into an image by using imagination. This image, once captured, can be manifested in physical form by thought and action. Meditation is deliberately focusing on the mind with single-minded concentration. So for those like my husband that love to multitask, he's listening to me talking while he's twiddling his mouse for the TV and also looking at his text on his phone. That's not single-minded meditation. That is multitasking. We're not talking about multitasking. We're talking about getting a meditative picture in your mind's eye, aligning your energy centers and opening the door that permits magic to happen. Thinking about a single thought from the words that you have prescribed for the dis-ease that you want to fix for yourself. The author says, "For many years I have approached my audiences with my pearls of wisdom and learned that the resistance to truth is greater than the acceptance of it. So my exuberance lost part of its motivation until now." If you're telling, or I'm telling you this and you're thinking, I don't buy this, then just like she said, the resistance to truth is greater than the acceptance of it. And that's something that you need to seek in your own study course for whatever it is that you're pursuing in goodness, in health. As a side note, rule your mind or it will rule you. Who's that quote by? If you know, put it in the chat. I'll repeat it. Rule your mind or it will rule you. And I'll give you a moment to think about that, to guess who do you think wrote that? Okay. One person wrote Mark Twain. No, it's not him. It's Buddha. I'm not a Buddhist, but everybody can glean wisdom from their higher power and share it. All right. The author says, "I am alive and my mission is reawakened to present day issues. So I will do my best to explain in simple terms the secrets of your universe within as I know it. To be healed or to be cured of any disorder or disease is not the same thing. This book does not promise either. It gives you an alternative way to live if you choose life, along with something to think about and the possibility that my ideas can also work for you. I have no medical authority and have full respect for those that do. In this book, I show you what I have done for myself and what rewards I received. I tell you why I made the decisions. I'm not telling you to do as I do, but if you choose to, you are totally responsible for all your decisions and actions. It's all up to you, and it's all up to me. It's differing belief structures which give titles and prefixes to levels of authority, but I accept none but that of open-mindedness, sincerity, and truthfulness. May you accept for your truth that part of my truth that feels right to your inner knowing. And this is why I'm sharing this book, because I started reading it and I'm like, I hadn't thought about the fact that singing, I know that I've been healed when I sing. I always account it to God. And yes, I still believe that, but it's the fact that I had to do something to pursue health. I had to sing. And the reasons, it's becoming clearer and clearer to me. When we sing, when we go to your congregation, whether it be a church, whatever, synagogue, I am beginning to understand why our Creator is pleased when we sing to Him. It's not just because He wants to hear a pretty voice. It's because singing in your healing frequency brings healing. Wow. And at the synagogue I go to, a lot of people have stopped singing because they've been told or they believe that they don't have a good voice, and they're denying themselves from healing. And they just sit there and listen to those that can sing, and it might make you feel better but did you experience a healing? No, because you need to sing for yourself. May you accept for your truth that part of my truth that feels right to your inner knowing validates this course of pursuing your healing by your voice. Now she goes into the procedure, and I'll only share with you a few sentences because we're running out of time. But if this has piqued your curiosity, I don't guarantee you that the whole book is great. I'm only on page 45. I haven't read the rest of the book, so I cannot recommend it. But I'm just saying, the reason I'm reading it is it resonates with a knowing within me. And maybe you're hearing this and it's resonating with you. So the condensed version of this exercise is what she considers to be a 1, 2, 3 process. It was developed in 3 phases in the process of growth over the period of 30 years. She did not discontinue one process to substitute it for a newer one. Phase 1 was from 1985 to 1991. Then it says, I was forced to elaborate on the existing exercise, which gave birth to phase 2, which went from 1992 to 2005. From 2005 until now, the process has been evolving into what I refer to as phase 3. It means that, for her, she found her place of healing by singing in the shower. Or she mentions in the book, standing before the ocean. It's the negative ions in Mother Nature that bring forth healing upon us. So if you want to do some research about negative ions, this is also something that she is discussing in the book. And I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to myself continue reading Singing in the Brain. And I might share with you next week more, but I encourage you to explore a free sample of this book. You can go to Amazon and just look up Singing in the Brain by Jeri, Jeri Lee, and read a sample and see if it resonates with you. I am all about pursuing healing. A lot of people say to me, "What? You're going to be 70 years old this year? Have you had any plastic surgery?" No, I have not. Any facelifts, Botox? No. I sing for my health. And you can too. So I hope this blessed you. And I'm going to share a few videos right now of what I'm doing in the recording studio. And also my new book. Let's see, what is it called? Jewish Palestine, Arab Palestine, a history of conflict that I wrote after the October 7th massacre in Israel in 2023 because I came upon some information about secret documents that had been hidden in the UK archives, which explain the factual historic origins of Palestine. I find that very interesting. It's to help people to stop blaming Israel for Arab Palestinians' lack of statehood. It's not Israel's fault. It's actually their leaders. But you have to get the book, and I hope you will. It's just an outline. It's not a story. But if you like facts, I am like Car 54. Where are you? Just the facts, ma'am. I just present to you the facts. And you can, just like this singing, these are facts. I've had healings from singing. You can choose to believe it, or you don't want to, whatever your choice is. All right, and I am from the tribe of Zion as far as the Bible goes. It's not the other Zion that is in the media today. That is not correct definition. So check it out, my next song that's coming out soon. Thanks for listening. Please share it with somebody that needs a healing.
Share peace with these unique gifts, written in English, Hebrew, and Arabic.
How to get Debra's new book. On her website, go to DebraCohenMusic.com. Look for the text that says New Book on Amazon. That will take you to a newsletter sign-up page where you can submit your email. It will give you an email confirmation with a PDF link to her book for a free download. Please consider reading this book, Historical Documented Facts of the Origins of Palestine, something that everybody needs to know who are talking about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Get educated, read the facts, get the book, talk about it, speak about it, and share it. And don't forget to write a good review. Amazon.com and Audible.com.